everyone, it's Two Pretty D's. We are back and now following up on our last episode, the find out phase, right? The royal family fucked around.
And now they're finding out. Yes. Well, they found out and we found out. We watched episodes 3, 4, and
4,
5.
5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And I watched that 3 times. How many times did you watch it? It was like a
2.
movie.
Oh my god, I don't know. I have to keep up, y'all. I only watch it twice.
There was some little nuances.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch it another time. But
yes, a lot of stuff you missed because you're trying to keep up with the story.
First, you're absorbing the story. The second time you go back and you see the onesie twosies. Then you go back and you see extra nuances. And then the third time, oh my god, I didn't see that photo. Let me pause that. Oh my god, look at that.
Exactly.
So yes, the multiple views, the multiple times. I mean, Netflix #1.
Exactly.
Documentary ever.
Ever.
And then the last week, 97.7 million views.
And we shall add to that.
Yes, we will show.
And this is worldwide. I mean, Africa, South America. I mean, all the continents and just USA. Asia are just blowing up this documentary.
Europe.
And I like.
Wait, wasn't it #1 in the UK?
Yeah, in the UK forever.
I thought they were.
I think that the UK people like Meghan and Harry. They love Harry.
Yes,
but they don't. But the media is the one, and the royal family are the ones who don't really care for Harry and Meghan's popularity. And
they underestimated.
Yeah, they put stuff out like, oh, it'll be the worst rated show, and then you put the side by side, the same commentator, and you see where, oh yeah, it's #1. So. These people don't know what they're talking about.
It beat out Stranger Things and Bridgerton.
Exactly.
In the UK.
Yes, and that's tough.
I know. Because we love a good period piece.
Yeah, like Mark Cuban said, anything Meghan and Harry wanted to sign to, if they came over here, I'll just give them a blank piece of paper and I'll sign the check. So, yeah. So this is the first thing we find out. It was kind of cute where Harry said, they asked Harry, what did you think about seeing Meghan walk towards you? And he said, look at her. Look at what I got. Harry was so enamored. He was so excited because no one, I think he had such maybe kind of low self-esteem, and his family being
attributed to that. Yes.
Didn't help that any. And so for him to go out, and he was so impressed to bring Meghan home to say, okay, this is who I have got. An accomplished, beautiful, talented woman.
Yes.
Now the Kingdom Choir, I did not know. Did you know the Kingdom Choir was the first time we had a choir in the royal family wedding. We talked about that before.
Right.
But I didn't know they were a compilation of the best singers from each choir.
Exactly. Come
together. So the Kingdom Choir didn't exist prior to Meghan and Harry's wedding.
Meghan and Harry made it
happen. Awesome.
I know, right?
Yes.
Right?
And
they were on point.
They were on point. Totally. Stand by me. Yes. And I think that,
and I agree with the one gentleman in the episode. I forget his name. He was sitting next to Oprah and Idris Elba, and they all looked at each other, and they knew how profound this moment was.
They were like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Oh no, they were like,
"Oh, really?
You all see this? Okay. Oh, we got gospel up in here. Okay, we're here. We have arrived."
Some of those pictures, the top stuff that Meghan mentioned, cutting the cake with a sword, and Miss Doria running off to see Elton John.
She went straight beeline to the front.
Like, I'm sorry, Meghan. Yeah, you guys.
Oh, okay. Elton!
The same thing I would have done.
She would have.
Right. And the reception, the DJ, that mood.
The real reception.
The real reception.
Yes.
It's, I guess when everybody had gone and then the DJ took over.
No.
It was awesome.
Well, no, they had the band.
Yeah, I like the picture.
Land of 3,000.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, I'm just like Meghan. I can't remember the name of the song, but we know the song.
But they had that. But then when Idris came on,
Idris Elba.
It's probably Idris Elba. It's probably later on in the night, and you see him and Harry, shaking hands. It was like that was mood.
Yes,
that was mood right there. Yeah.
And we're all a little jelly because even her friends were like, "Yo, that was the best party
ever." Yes. And then the fireworks. We only saw the fireworks
from their point of view.
From their point of view, And from their picture, they released that as their first Christmas picture, I think, that year.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And to see it in color and to see that everybody else
how many people were out there watching. Yes.
And the big fireworks, it was really awesome.
Yes.
And so, yeah, so the reception, you know, everything was fine. But let's talk about where they were living.
This is what we found out.
Yeah, now I'm one of those people who like to follow new and innovative things like tiny house nation.
Yes.
And Harry was living in a tiny house. I mean, literally tiny house.
Oh, a cottage.
You
knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
It was a tiny house.
Yes,
it had low ceilings. Because back then, those people were short. And they were short not because of genetics or anything.
Diet.
They were short because of diet. They didn't have meat. They didn't have red meat. They didn't have proteins.
Well, they didn't have meat, but if you had means.
They didn't have meat. Even the queen and king they were kind of short because of their diet. So here's low ceiling, this 6'1" man, and he's hitting his head. And in the meantime, his dad has several homes. He has Highgrove. He has Clarence House. Yeah, he has palaces.
Estates and palaces.
Right, and he's living large with the
because I realized the difference between
mistress
a cottage
turned wife,
then a house, then an estate, then a palace. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, so much differences. And then this, you know, they were living. Everyone was like, they're living at Kensington Palace. Well, when Oprah went to meet with them, Oprah was not impressed. Oprah said,
nobody's gonna believe this.
Nobody's gonna believe this.
Nobody's gonna believe it.
Because the way the media made it out, like they were living large. They were like had butlers and everybody waiting on them, and you know
there was no footman. Okay.
Yeah, eating off the best silverware, and all I saw was Prince Harry sitting in the back in a little chair, a patio chair
with no table, with the plate on his lap
eating.
And guy just ready for him to drop something.
Yeah, or trying to help him keep the plate up. Yes. So it was totally different than what I expected. That's something I learned. They treated that boy badly.
Yes.
And I think...
And Meghan was the refreshing breath of fresh air that he needed. And that's why he wanted to go see her all the time in Canada.
Exactly. Because she had a nice house.
I know.
And I think that part of it, too, is that Harry's always reminding everybody about his mother. Constantly. And I'm sure that must have if
you hated his mother, yes, it would have an evil effect on you.
Yeah,
but
like
if you
Camilla,
loved his mother, it would be great.
Like Camilla would be like
the coho.
Yeah, she was probably pissed. Like, I can't stand that boy. All he's doing is talking about his mother, reminding people about his mother.
Well, guess what, people? You killed a mother.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell y'all
doing all that sort of stuff. You know,
robbed me of my.
So I'm pretty sure that she, you know, probably puts little things in Charles's ear about what he needs and what he doesn't need, and they totally abandoned that boy. Charles never raised those children.
No,
it's like
his grandparents did.
Yeah. So
and then from that it was the military.
So and then I think there was some jealousies that happened.
Some?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Okay. QE2 took Meghan on the royal train. Now, because she is passed on, this will never happen to
anyone.
Bones, none of them. Skeletor, none of them. It ain't happening.
Ford Fiesta,
none of them. Took her on the royal train.
The royal train. She didn't take Willie Leaks.
I know.
She never took Willie Leaks on the royal train.
Solo overnight. Right?
Solo overnight. Did an event.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. And
the queen was cracking up, having a good old time.
So I think that there's a lot of things that the queen did with Meghan that they were jealous of. I think she might have been enamored by her abilities and talents and all those different things. She was like,
thank God, somebody who can handle
right.
this.
And Mike was probably looking for a way to work her into the royal family.
She knew what value
it would benefit
Meghan would bring. Yes.
So I'm not going to argue for how well she liked her, how well she participated in the abuse.
No.
But I think she was not in control.
She understood the value.
Right.
Yes.
But I don't think she ever
was in control.
Stood up for women. No. The way people say, "Oh, she stood up." No, that didn't happen. She listened to the men, the men in gray suits, her whole life.
Yep.
Because every time you see a speech, the only speech you ever see her talk about is the one where she's like, "My whole life." Go ahead. You have the British accent.
Oh my God, my whole life, and just to live for the Commonwealth and something, yeah.
Yeah, you don't even know the words.
I know, because
That's
I didn't
all
listen
we
to that.
remember. And everybody like, oh, wow, So,
But
yeah.
that's the only speech you're going to go back? Well, no, she said it again in her.
But she's
her
kept the
overlay
status
videos.
quo. She kept the status quo, and that's what she did.
Because that was what she was trained to do.
But she could have reached out as a
I
woman.
must live to the lifestyle that I am accustomed to.
No, she could have done a lot more. But anyway, then we found out it was so nice when the ladies, when they talked about the Grenfell.
So the reason that the Queen and Meghan were together, part of that trip, they did a remembrance to the Grenfell Tower.
Right, at the moment of silence.
Yes.
And then also, the Queen, evidently Kensington Palace is just adjacent
Kensington, the area of Kensington in London.
Yeah, it's adjacent to Grenfell.
Yes.
So you have the extremely rich,
the have and
and
have-nots.
the immigrant population. And you can see that raging fire from Kensington, see what was going on over there. So you would think that some of the other seniors would have gone over there, see what they could do to help, but that's not their role. They don't get involved in stuff like that. But one of the ladies said they like to cook
Right.
for their families, but they were eating fast food every day. So
Because
she asked
they
one
put
of
them
the
up in hotels and,
right.
and
So
give
when
them
she
vouchers.
asked them all if she could go over there and use the kitchen.
Yep.
And they said yes. And they were cooking for what? 1 or 2 days a week?
Yeah.
And she
But they were
said
feeding the community.
right. But then one of the things she said is the key words was until the Duchess came. Yeah, that's when the Duchess came,
Yes.
she changed everything. She cooked with them, she talked with them, found out what they needed, and then she made it all different.
Well, and then they stopped and they were like, well, how come we can't do this every day? And she was like, well, we don't have the funds. And she was like, well, what about a cookbook?
Right. And she had to have some ideas,
Yes.
Think about what the other Karens in that royal family did. First of all, they weren't cooking. First of all, they weren't
they're not going to clean 5 pounds of rice.
basmati rice. They
No.
ain't touching nothing. They probably won't. They wasn't going to eat. They were probably going to be laughing.
Yes.
So I love it. I love when she said, "But when the Duchess came, everything changed," and we all know how it changed. We covered that with the cookbook in one of our episodes.
How many copies did we send out? We bought a lot of copies.
Yeah, we bought about
And we sent
12
out to family.
copies. We kept 2 for ourselves and send
The rest out to family.
family members.
Yeah.
Whether they used it or not, they were getting it. And one of the things that Harry said is like when someone is marrying into the royal family, they're a supporting act. They're not supposed to be the limelight and
When you're the spare.
or do the work better than someone who was born
born to do it.
Who was born to do it. And when he said that, I was like, "Ooh, they're finding out." Because Harry just said, "None of y'all can do it as well as Meghan can or I
Exactly.
can." And
Exactly.
that was funny as hell. He just said that. He's like, "Yeah, we're no supporting act."
Yeah.
And he also said the way the media did it is like, and he recognized it too, with the fruit, with the clothing, with the touching of the tummy. When they covered it for Kate, it was one way. When they covered it for Meghan, it was one way. And we all talked about it. Or
so
the entire Sussex Sport talked about it.
Yes.
We are so glad they mentioned that.
No, I am so glad Harry
mentioned that.
It's like, and he was like, if you can't see it,
The difference.
I can't help you.
Exactly.
And this is the whitest of gingerest of everything white man.
Yeah, he said,
I can't,
can't
if you
help
can't
it.
see it, I can't help you.
You just don't want to see
No,
it.
you
just don't want
he
to
was
see
going
it.
to say some words,
Yeah.
but he kept it to himself. Because both Harry and Meghan are classy like that.
Yes. Yeah, and one of the things he said is like, evidently when Harry and William were small, they, being around the castles, being around his father's communication office, they recognized how Charles would operate, how they would trade information on other family members.
Right. So how the firm actually works.
Yeah, for better coverage on him. So I personally, if you remember that family, I wouldn't trust going around Charles. I wouldn't trust telling him my secrets, because if something nasty comes up about him, he could throw me under the bus and say, well, this pretty D was, She was at this restaurant. She was really rude. She didn't pay her bill. She just walked out.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because
right. But that would you trade favors for?
That's what
and
you
then I would
trade
counter
favors
with, well, this pretty D decided to order avocado toast and think that she was bougie and all that.
I know, exactly.
Anyway.
So he would say, use that, don't cover me.
Exactly.
So that kind of stuff. And so they swore, the two brothers, that they would never do that when they grew up.
With the avocado toast. That wasn't even the right.
No, but it says he saw that happen.
Yes.
With Kensington Palace royal family office, Buckingham Palace, Clarence House, and then
so those three houses.
Yeah, those three houses. And at one time he was merged with Kensington Palace, and then him and Meghan just broke away because he knew that Kensington Palace was not representing him well.
One of the folks that worked for him, James Holt, he said the Christmas party. There was one party over there, and then there was another party on the other side of the palace.
Yeah. It's like that's when we knew the houses were separated.
Two households. Yes.
But it's like, whoa. And it's so, a lot of the things that, and then later on he said, I'm on the other side and William's on the side of the institution or the firm. Because, that's his inheritance. He got to keep that going or else he didn't have nothing else.
Exactly.
This dude needs to get a job.
And I love how Harry keeps blasting him. And he says it in the most polite way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's his inheritance. Go ahead.
Right. And then her baby announcement after she had the baby.
Oh.
Okay, now, first of all, if only men would come up with something that says,
as barbaric.
2 days after you have the baby, you got to come out and stand.
No, not 2 days. The day of, you bring your ass out here and take a photo.
I know.
The Queen, Princess Anne, Princess Diana.
That's wrong.
Bones, and then they expected Meghan to do that.
You could be cut up. You could have had a C-section. You had to be stitched up. You could have been stitched up different places. You're bleeding. I mean, you are in pain.
Exactly.
They must have drugged those women up to stand up straight.
They did. Did you see their faces when they went out there?
The
they don't want to be out there.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And her face was like, I can't believe I have to be on this.
Exactly. But when they came out,
Diana. Oh my God! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Even Bones, when she went out, she said, I can't believe this shit.
Yeah, but
I'm wearing a tiny ass dress. You motherfuckers said, let me get back in.
Yeah, but they ran to the car. They didn't. They just had some pictures,
and then they went back inside.
No, they didn't. They went to the car. Inside. They went to the car and drove off.
No, I saw them go back.
They went to the car and drove off.
Okay, my bad.
Meghan and Harry went back inside. Meghan and Harry had 2 days, which is normal. Actually, that's not normal. Give them a week.
And that's what they said. Actually, a normal person.
Right.
We as
mothers and fathers who now know who go into the hospital room with
people who have been following, the family and all of that.
Right.
Not even the family. Harry and Meghan.
We
would have waited. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
Present Archie when you're ready.
When you're ready. But from a standpoint of men and women, how men treat women.
Yes.
It's like, we're supposed to, I know as black women, we had babies and then we were out in the fields picking cotton. Our ancestors were out taking care of different people, which was abuse.
Yes.
And a lot of women died and a lot of women suffered. So you don't have to put women through that abuse.
No.
I mean, give them time to recover, to recoup, because giving birth, come on, it's not an easy thing.
It's life-threatening.
It's life-threatening and it's painful.
For both the baby and the mother.
It's painful.
As you were describing to me.
So, like, after I had this pretty D, I was like, hell no, I ain't doing this shit again.
But I get it. Because why would you want to come out and parade? And that's only something a man
would do. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Only a man would come out with his date.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that women went along with it. The same day we want to see the baby, the Queen went along with it. So I think that, that shit should stop. And I'm glad Meghan did it differently. And one of the things this other pretty D said, you know what? Meghan's baby announcement was so much better than the others because it was inside, it wasn't outside with all these photographers.
And it was at Windsor.
It was at Windsor.
And then you come out, and then just the scenery, and them coming through the giant double doors, and then all of that, the artistry and whatnot, and them coming through and bringing beautiful little Archie.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. And now the first thing one of the things Harry said, and I felt really bad for him, he said, the first thing that he saw was the picture of a couple coming out of hospital, and the caption was royal family leaves hospital or something like that with baby.
Yeah.
And they had a chimp. And
he saw the most racist thing.
Exactly, and that was supposed to be Archie, and he was, I'm sure that hurt him.
Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah. Yes, that hurt him.
Yeah,
but I'm sure Harry said many words.
Oh yeah, that's why he can't stand the press, and I don't blame him. I'm right with him there. Get rid of.
He couldn't stand him since day one, but now
to do that to him, whatever, a veteran and all. Never, and have his family never stand up and say, "Come on, guys, that's enough."
Exactly.
Even that point, they should have said.
Oh no, that was when he.
Exactly.
Because he already wrote a letter to them. Mm-hmm. Back off my fiance.
Yeah.
Back off my wife. Back off my family.
Yeah, they should
now.
Yeah, going after
they finding out,
right?
Because the legal case with the letter. Oh, Harry said, "Oh yeah,
yeah.
We need to handle this."
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the nanny, Archie's nanny, when she got her ticket, rushing to speed ticket.
Miss Lauren, she got a speeding ticket on the way to meet with Harry and Meghan. And then she was like, I have some new Clark shoes.
Yeah.
And then here's this ginger, barefoot, this tall ginger.
This prince.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then no shoes, barefoot.
Yeah.
And I'm in my brand new Clark
shoes. I hope she returned it.
No.
Yeah, the bus. I hear he was barefoot.
Yes.
And the fact that she liked carrying Archie as
the fact that they were so normal.
Yeah.
She was so happy they were
normal.
And
they were hands-on parents and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, I have my stuff to do. Instead of just laying him down, I'm taking him with me the way African women take their babies.
In Zimbabwe, we kind of carry them on the back like this.
Yes,
so
and in different African countries, they have different racks, different ways of carrying out.
Yes.
And Harry said, Archie would just lay on her and hold on and sleep. So that was fine, know. And it's actually, you think about that, that's very natural because you're getting the rhythms of another human being's body.
Yep.
And you're feeling that. And a baby who's just out of the womb, if they're void of that, and that's all that makes them relax.
Exactly.
So. And Meghan said, and right.
And it helped her,
Right.
Not only just for Archie, but also for her. She had an outlet.
Exactly. So let's go on to the African tour. One thing with the African tour, one of the things when Meghan came out, and a couple of things happened. One was the fire in Archie's room.
Yes.
And they
didn't highlight it in the episode.
At all, and we didn't even hear about it until later.
After the fact. Yep.
And it was one of those things, a brand new heater. Royal family staying there. You think they would inspect it. All these different things. So it makes you suspect. And of course, it's going to traumatize, the mother.
Right.
And, coming back and rushing to the room and finding out this happened. And you don't want to know how long was he in there? Did he inhale any of that fumes? What's going on?
Where's my baby? Is my baby okay?
Yeah, but thank goodness that
Miss Lauren
had Archie.
Yes.
On
with her,
wrapped
and
up
she decided to take Archie with her
as she did her errands.
Yes.
Thank God. Sometimes you get a feeling to do something.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. Don't question it because it's you could be saving a life, and that's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Meghan said that she had an interview with, what's his name? Tom Bradbury?
Something like that. Yes. And they were doing the documentary for the royal family.
And a documentary. And you would think as a documentary, they'd film everything and then it would come out later. They would edit it and,
do all the different
have
things.
a nice show.
Right.
But Meghan had told him, she was open and honest with him, how she, thanking him. Because he asked her
how she's doing.
How she's doing.
Yes.
She's tired and she's like,
well, it's the end of the day. How many engagements did they have that day?
Yeah.
So then, she just put Archie down and she's there. You could tell that, that's the end of the day, mom kind of look. And he's asking her, okay, catching up on the tour. And then he asked her, so how are you doing? And she was like, first of all, thank you
for asking because nobody has asked.
Right. And treating me like a human being.
Right.
And, being able to convey that. And then the fact that she just kind of opened up, and it wasn't even just a kind of open up. I think she was probably at a point
exhausted.
Yes.
Here, and they'll cut that out. And then next thing you know, it's in the papers.
Yep. And then and Harry's like, no, it's global. And she was like, wait, global? He's like, no, global.
And then I think that's when she said, I was not being,
knows what's going on.
I was not being, I was being fed to the wolves. Mm-hmm. That was her big eye opener. Because earlier she's like, I'm being protected. No, she wasn't being protected. And that's when the Sussex squad came up with the hashtag, We love Meghan. We love you, Meghan.
Yes.
And I think that helped her. I am so glad
I am so glad we did it. And it was so organic.
I know how that just,
evolves. Yes.
Exactly. And you don't know if somebody's going to see it or not, but I'm so happy that
she did.
Yeah, that some of the people saw it and was able to communicate to her. It's like, look, all these people are just saying they understand what you're going through.
Yes. And, I mean, for her to vocalize what many women go through.
Right.
It was just powerful. And speaking of, that ties into the next thing that we found out.
Well, it's nice we found out. We sort of knew about it.
We knew about it, but...
We knew that the royal family was using Tom Markle, and we covered that in a couple of our episodes, but it's, it's thinking from their standpoint. We were now thinking about it from a different perspective, and all the things they were doing to her, now looking at it from what they were trying to accomplish. Why are they doing this? And it's sort of like, and we know. But it's sort of like how the royal family through Kensington Palace, I'm saying through Kensington Palace, only because Tom Markle said his major contact was Jason Knopf.
Yeah.
And Jason Knopf works for William. I'm sorry I'm saying his name. Right.
No, you're fine.
But
Voldemort.
Yeah, but...
Jar Jar.
Yeah, but they were in contact with him, and he was talking to them and not Harry.
Exactly.
So he disrespected Harry.
Exactly.
So and not to them. And here he is talking to them and telling them, and he's taking, his direction from them. Probably figure, you know what, she's not going to marry him anywhere. He's not going to go the distance. Let me make as much money as I can. And they created the situation with Thomas Markle, but then they come around and they turned it around on Meghan and stressing her out, saying, now you got to take care of it. Exactly. You got to do this. You got to do X, Y, and Z because that's making us look bad. Exactly. It's like you said, the oppressor is making the oppressee fix that problem.
Exactly.
And imagine if she had gone to Mexico and say, well, okay, I'll run off to Mexico, try to fix my father so he come walk me down the aisle. Oh, hell no, that dude's a waste of time. Exactly. She's like, I'm going to marry Harry, then I'll fix it later.
She knew better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she also knew someone right.
Yes. Yeah. And he's just a snake. He's just...
But this royal family, they are abusers.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah. If you look at the Markle family, how they are, the white side, and you look at the royal family, they are on the same level. Yeah. Same level. Yep. Same, they're mafia people.
Yep.
Mafia dancers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they were not ordained by God, if anybody thought that.
Yes. Mm-mm. And one of the things that Harry had said when, another thing we learned is, we all knew that, and, because Harry told us that he would never blindside his grandmother. But here we have more detail that he spent years.
He tried to go see his grandmother, and they blocked him.
Right. And we found that out of Oprah.
Directly to her.
And then they fed her.
Oh, apparently my schedule is busy and I am busy now.
Yeah, because they're telling her that.
I know, but for him to hear that from her and for her to actually say it and not stand up, I know that kind of made him kind of like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did say that. Right. And one of the things that, when he did
because that's when he realized, oh, so the firm is bigger than your grandson?
Yeah.
Family?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, Granny.
And now
I love you.
Yeah.
But okay, Granny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things that he was saying is like, they were, everything was constantly being leaked. Everything was constantly being leaked.
Yes.
And his dad's, well, I can't do anything unless you put it down on a piece of paper. So he put his paper on plan.
5 days
and
later.
He said it,
or 2 days later.
Yeah, next thing you know, it's
published.
And one of the things he said, he knew that it was
Oh, it was
where it
inside
came
leak.
from.
Yes.
It was an inside leak is because he placed in there that they were willing to give up their titles. That's the first time we found out. I found out anyway. Maybe some of
oh no,
you
we all
already
found,
knew
I think we all found
that
and
Meghan
it was
and
Harry's suggestion.
Hey, we're giving up the Sussex titles, and he had asked Meghan, "Do you mind not being a princess?" And she said no. And they were like, "This is what we're going to do. We're going to do the work we wanted to do.
Right.
Our goal is for us to be together. We love each other. We'd have our family. We'd have our kids.
But we'll still support the Queen.
We still support the Queen, but we're doing it for free. We can't.
Right.
We're not going to go ahead cooperate with this media just because they think they're giving us $1.
Exactly.
Whatever.
You ain't paying for me. Exactly. But go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but when he found that out, I'm sure that was an eye opener for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then for this joint statement come out, that's when they went to Canada, and people were like, "Did William bully Harry out?" And this joint statement come out saying they didn't. With the quickness, didn't it?
Yes.
To save William's reputation, and it was a lie because Harry said, "I've never seen such a statement. I didn't sign nothing."
I didn't sign off on the statement.
Isn't that that against the law to sign somebody else's statement?
It is, but he realized who he's dealing with, and it was upsetting though because he had called Meghan, and that's why she said they're willing to protect them, but not willing to protect me.
Me, exactly, on a lie.
Yes,
right, a lie.
Yes.
Now cover all the data leading up to.
Oh wow!
Here, this.
Can we talk about Mr. C. Bot Sentinel and the CEO, Mr. C. Boozy? I'm telling you, a lot of good work that went into it. Over 114,000 tweets and communications were reviewed, and it narrowed down to 83 accounts. And in 83 accounts of the 17 million impacted reach. But of which, and I thought it was notable, and I don't know if people either caught it or they did, but of one of those accounts was scammy. Sorry, Samantha Markle.
Scammy.
Yes. That's messed up.
Yeah.
And the way he said, he was like, 83 accounts, one of which was Samantha Markle. And
she had sub-accounts.
Oh, yes, and multiple accounts to
that.
So, wow.
And they coordinate.
That's how
plan what they were going to talk about today and just put it out into the universe. The same words, same verbiage.
Yes.
And they were making a lot of money.
Ridiculous amount of money.
And so she figured, if I can't get money out of Meghan, if I can't blackmail her into money, or I can't get money out of the royal family,
I'll make money off the hate.
Yeah, and this is how I get money out of her. And I
figured, I can make money off the hate, and I can create a YouTube account and just be hateful.
Yeah.
And those other accounts who have subsequently been suspended because of their hateful rhetoric. Yes.
Yeah, or have some Twitter accounts. Did she have Twitter accounts?
She had Twitter and YouTube channels. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it was just ridiculous. But the fact that he was able to analyze and break it down to where the root cause was coming from. And then also to the fact that, people try to say, no, it's not about race. It's not this. They try to say, we're not a very racist family. Bitch, you're racist. I'm sorry.
One of the profound things I thought that Meghan said was, if Harry wasn't already on his own path, he would not have been interested in her or attracted to, someone like Meghan. Because, and for people who say she stole him, she did this, she, worked her old black magic on him, all these different things. It's like, no, Harry was already on the way out. Harry was on the way out when he was teen, and he did a lot of interviews and says...
I was going to say, since Harry was 12, Harry was on his way out. But no, since he was a teen, he's done a lot of interviews, and there's one where he is... The first tour, he's, on the record, and, I'm looking towards a different path. Not a fan of the paparazzi, not a fan of any of this. Like, as a matter of fact, that I have to even do this interview right now. Yeah. Bitch, I need to go and do stuff to protect this goddamn country. What you doing?
And the other thing is, it's like, all the things that he...
and he always hated the media.
Right. A lot of things that he said, it's like... I think he covered for his brother a lot. He was the spear. He did a lot of covering. He took a lot of the blame for a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Because ain't no way this one brother could be this way and the other one, we know he was out partying. We know he was out
doing stuff,
being wild. We know the party where he picked that outfit for Harry. He was in a equally worse outfit. You know, he's the one who picked the shirt for Harry to wear. So I think that, and for him not to come out looking like, you know, lily white clean, you know, that's probably quite upsetting. It's like, and one of the things Harry said is the family always look at optics.
Yes.
The way they operate, it's like, it's what things look like.
Exactly.
Not
versus
how it feels.
Yes.
And he said when they went back after they came back from Canada and they had their last bit of engagements to do, and Meghan wore color.
And she looked brilliant.
On her way out, you know, in the blue.
She said, I want to look like Rainbow. Girl, we know what you was doing. We see you.
The
Go
blue,
ahead, Megan.
the red, and the green.
Yeah.
And she said she realized people were going to miss them. And this is something they never got before, that people actually, the people love them.
Yes.
The media, not so much.
Right.
And so she's like, oh my goodness, I'm going to miss them. Because even Harry said...
And she tried.
Meghan said, Harry and I are going to... Meghan and I are going to miss the people.
Yes.
We are going to miss England.
Yep.
But we're not going to miss the whole system.
We're not going to miss the media.
Or the institution. We're not going to miss that at all.
Fuck y'all.
And he said when he went to the Commonwealth Service, he said it wasn't about how it looks anymore. It was about how it felt. Because he said it felt cold.
Well, no. Remember how I said it's about looks and appearances?
Yeah.
What you saw?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Yeah.
It felt cold.
It felt cold.
Yes.
And he said...
Because it was cold.
It was cold. And we all saw it.
We saw it. And that's why he gave him the face of like, motherfucker.
Yes, exactly. The mean girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I know you ain't acting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fort Fiesta and Bones.
You can't say hi to my wife?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I got your number.
I'm done with you.
Yes.
Yeah. You're dead to me now.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Rip the shirt.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Right.
And Meghan over there was like, whatever. We out, bitches.
No more struggling.
Can you build a brand new day? I'm sorry, but
and I like that those people that went up to her and said, "Thank you for what you did for our country."
Yes.
The pilot and all these, you know, people
Exactly.
said that, you know, and she said she really tried. And we know Meghan tried. Meghan worked her butt off.
Meghan went above and beyond.
Yeah, Meghan worked during her pregnancy when she was off, not doing tours. Two pregnancies. She did her when she was in London. She the magazine, the Vogue magazine, she did when she was finished with all her engagements, and then she did a whole lot of stuff. She was constantly working, and
they kept testing her.
Yes, and they kept pushing her. And one of the things that I thought was key is what Tyler Perry said.
And this is what we found.
Yeah, I knew Tyler Perry was going to be part of the story because he got him out of England. How we figured that out? Yeah, and he said they were both abused.
Well, we found out the whole security's cut off.
Well,
what are they going to do? They don't have any protection. And he just got told, I've got 30 days to get my family
and
out.
we knew that. We knew his father did that to him. And we knew Tyler Perry came to their aid.
Right, but in that 30 days, Meghan calls Tyler.
Right, and she told him everything.
And then it's first time, yep.
And, you know, how we knew the details now of how it went down.
Right.
And he got them out. But what Tyler said is that when he met them, he's like, all your fears, you know, are warranted, and you know, you guys are being abused. He says, he said, when an abuser uses money, uses your security, uses the whole institution against you, they're not trying to help you. They are trying to get you to come back.
Exactly.
To the same abusive situation. It would have been worse for them. And Harry and Meghan were like, no, we don't care. We don't know where we're going.
Right.
And
he's like, they didn't have a plan. There was no plan.
He was like, there was Dorian, the coach, and Archie,
and 13 bags.
13 bags, and Harry and Meghan, and it's like, well, what's the plan? Oh, we don't have a plan. Where are you going? We don't know.
But you got us, right?
So it goes up to Tyler to formulate a plan. And Tyler Perry to formulate the plan.
And thank God. He's
probably like, you people have been through the rigor.
Yes.
You don't know what you're doing. You're frazzled. You're emotional. You're spent.
Right.
You just went through a whole lot. Your family finding out a whole lot new things about your family that you have to process.
Yes, and then one member, like, okay, well, first of all, we're being targeted, and oh my God, fear for my life. The other realizing my family's being feared for their lives. I'm feared for my life, but also I just lost my privilege.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
And then now, shit, Tyler. Yeah. No, we ain't got no plan.
We got no plan. It's just Section 8 housing around here somewhere. We don't know.
Look, okay, show us. Oh, the door, the fountain. Yeah, that look good.
Yes. Tyler,
we didn't even look at the rooms. Tyler, we just saw the front door and the fountain.
Harry saw the fountain and said,
that'll work.
That'll do.
Woo!
And then wasn't Harry trying to be adopted the whole time?
Yes.
Harry's like, we could stay here forever. Meghan said, no, just a week. No, we could stay here forever.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, we just need a week, And Tyler's like, no, take as long as you need.
Yeah, and Harry's like, okay.
He said take as long as we need.
It's so funny. And then what they went to, here they are, a nice break.
Yes.
And we find out it takes 6 weeks for whoever the technology to find them.
Yes.
Wherever they go. Every 6 weeks they'll find them.
Right. And I don't know what their software they're using or how they're going about the tracking and tracing.
Yeah, but they could find them.
It's diabolical that it's down to that precise timing.
Timing, yeah. And then he said no one in his family knew for 6 weeks where he was.
So what that makes me think is,
nobody,
why not?
Because they were waiting. They were waiting for an announcement. They didn't know that they left Canada. They didn't know. They probably thought he was still in Canada. He had no security, no funding, nothing.
Right.
They were waiting for
the call. And that's sick.
The call. So that they could go.
Oh, so the call is...
Oh, something horrible happened to your family.
Right.
And now you need to come and take care of it. You need, just like Princess Diana.
Exactly.
You need to come, and they'd go over there, oh, my brother, crying, to take them back. No. And I'm so glad that was not the outcome for Harry and Meghan.
Yes, they prevailed.
They found him at Tyler Perry's place, living in this mansion, and Tyler Perry said, I lived there for all these years, and I've never seen any of this stuff. Even the other movie stars,
that live in that
onslaught of paparazzi, drones, helicopters,
everything.
6 in the morning. It was
waking
ridiculous. They couldn't even go outside in the yard anymore. They were like peeking out. It was awful. And Tyler Perry came over and had to put in a big fence.
Exactly.
And
of which they cut every day.
Yeah, he said they would go through his property.
And trespass onto his property.
Exactly. And he had to put cameras then.
Yes.
And then put in additional trees to keep them from taking pictures from that far away.
Yeah.
But they found out that that's where Archie took his first steps.
I know.
And
and his first birthday.
They was there, and
then Harry was like,
well, no, they were sitting there. They were watching the sunset, and they were like, "This is so beautiful here."
And this is Archie's first birthday
and everything. And Meghan said, "Oh yeah, this is so beautiful." And Harry said, in some world we could stay here forever.
She was like, "No, we can't." That's too much.
And Archie turned 1. The whole beauty, and so they moved into their new home.
In their new life.
Into their new life. They found a home. While they were there, they were probably making plans to, find some place to move. And
another thing we found out is who is Lily's godfather?
Tyler Perry.
But I love it. He's like, oh my God, I'm so honored.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he hangs up, and then he calls back.
Yeah.
I don't got to do all that pomp and circumstance with
them. Yeah.
Do I? Because I don't want to do that.
That ain't happening.
No.
He called them. But they moved in, and she was pregnant with a second child. She had gotten pregnant while she was with living at Tyler Perry's place. And the stress, them hounding her and everything. It's almost like they were like on the run.
The letter.
Yeah, and it was almost like they were on the run.
Yes.
And then here they were, and she was first day moving into her new house.
Yeah.
And she's having all this pain, and she miscarries.
Yeah.
So that to me was traumatic for them. That was probably very, very traumatic. And, you know, I mean, how much more? And it's to me, that's what they wanted for Archie. They didn't get it for Archie.
Right.
But they got this, they got, you know, were able to stress her out. And everybody said leave a pregnant woman alone.
Exactly.
There's a reason for that, people.
And then they chose to, nope, we're going to go ahead.
We're going to continue with the harassment. And then
that's why they decided, no, we're going to sue you, motherfucker.
Yeah. And that's why they kept it on the quiet. They were very quiet about Lily's, when she was pregnant with Lily and Mission.
But I love how they both disclosed to Misan Harmon, the photographer. They were on a Zoom call and he was all like, they're all giddy. And I'm just like, what's going on? I don't understand. And they're like, oh, we want you to announce something for us and this, that, and the other. And I said, what are you talking about? And then she stands up.
And she's pregnant.
Yes!
So it's like, he was like, just like us. Oh my God! She's pregnant. So that was awesome.
Yes.
And you know, the whole Sussex squad world went crazy because we were totally so happy for her.
And we didn't know it was a girl, then we found it was a girl
from the Oprah interview.
Yes.
And on this one we found out that Tyler, as like you mentioned, is the godfather. So I say to the royal family, you don't come after Lily.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you're going to have, and then you come after Archie. No.
Oh, no, we got you. Mm-mm.
You know.
Not our little bandmate. Yeah. And his numbers. Like, Mom, you like that song?
Yeah.
Like, here
and
go.
Someone who could play the piano better than his auntie.
I know.
Who he's never met. And I just, people might say, I'm happy that Tyler Perry says, I'm not going over there and do that with you.
Oh, hell no.
You get an Anglican priest, the Church of England.
We can do a little service over here.
Yeah.
And you can go do that, what you got to do over there.
Over there, exactly.
And that's what they did.
Yes, but I'll be over here with you here.
But you notice what he said. And you notice who also participated in that ceremony.
Who?
The Queen.
Oh, yeah. How did we know that?
You have a ceremony here, but you have to also have the ceremony
over there. Yeah. Okay, well, we find out more about that.
Yeah. No, we don't need to find out more. I'm just saying. Yeah. That's what's happened.
Yeah. Okay, but for us, it was
some good find out.
It was a good find out.
But what about this latest find out?
Yes. We know that there's still, one of the things is find out. Once they find out, we knew the palace was saying, we're not going to respond. We're going to be stoic. We're going to continue work as usual. Yeah, we know you're lying. Because
the only ones who were stoic were Harry and Meghan. And Tyler Perry said it perfectly.
I'm talking about the people over there.
I know, but he said it perfectly. She could have said so much more.
So much more. But little Miss Incandescent couldn't keep her breeches on and couldn't say, okay, I'm going to accept this and move on. No. And the other one...
I'm going to reject my brother again.
Yeah.
He's cut off again.
And the other
one...
the
millionth time.
Exactly. And like he cares. And like the other one, he knows he's stupid and he needs them. Mm-hmm. That's why he's acting that way. And the other one...
Mm-hmm. The Coho?
Who...
Or Chucky.
Yeah. Both of them. The Coho who was like sleeping around on his mother, on her husband, with Charles in Diana's garden.
I know.
Nasty shit the whole time, tormenting that young woman. Mm-hmm. And, doing all those different things. And now people say, oh yeah, we're going to call her queen. I've decided, no. For Diana's sake.
For Lizzie.
Yeah, Lizzie said she could be called queen, and he had said...
No, Queen Coho.
No.
Queen Consort. Yeah, Coho.
But I think, no, not without queen. Yeah. But he started dropping the consort. We'll have to look it up.
No, he dropped the consort, but she said she'll be Queen Consort. That's it.
Really? I have to go back. Let's look back and see.
And they faked her... Well... I cannot prove nor deny.
Well, let's go with my
Let's go with your theory.
Let's go with my theory. What my understanding is that.
Okay, go ahead.
Back then, he said she'd never be queen consort. She'd never be any of
Yes, that's back then.
Okay. Then later on, he got married to her, and they said
70 years later,
she'd be queen consort, right? And then all of a sudden, in the last days of the queen's life, she writes this letter saying she would be proud to have
this hoe to be
called Queen.
Coho.
Queen.
Queen
so,
Coho.
I think she said queen, but I'll double check.
It says Queen Coho.
But I thought we want y'all double check. I'm going to have to choke somebody. Well, let's double check. Okay.
But that's what I wrote. It's my letter.
But I think I think she was under drugs.
I don't think she wrote that.
Yeah, that was some Xanax or something.
She didn't write that.
She was on medical marijuana.
She did not write that.
Yeah. She signed that. She was on medical marijuana.
She signed that.
Yeah. Somebody else.
But that is my
who's good at faking signatures? I don't know. But anyway.
You can digitally take it. There's software out there. All I'm saying is that ain't her.
You ever signed my letter? My email?
Anyway. Too pretty D's. Continue.
No. But
yes, I know your signature. Yes, I could fake it if I needed to.
But
do I do it? No.
But you said digital software out there. I didn't know that.
There is software out there. That
you have to show me. You have to show me. Anyway, so this happened. It's just because one day I needed to get
look at this one day. Look at me like
one day.
What did this bitch do that I don't know? She signed me up for, or something happened. No, she's in good hands, y'all. We get it.
Yeah, but no, I was just saying that I refuse to call her by any lofty title.
Yes.
And
that's why I call her Coho.
Yeah, but then I don't want to be like anti-women and call her ho, because a lot of men call women ho. You know.
But she fits the definition.
Okay. But all right. But this is what he's doing.
Is that how
he's giving her, I don't know, but he's given her a lot of other accolades.
He's given Gladys a lot of power.
He's given her
and titles.
Yeah, he's given her the title of the Duke of Edinburgh. No, not that. No. He gave him the royal. It's a military title, colonel for the Glenfields or something like that.
Okay.
That is what
the Scottish Guard.
No. It's the one Andrew had.
Oh, okay.
He gave that Camilla, and he gave one to a Prince of Wales. He got one for Wales or Ireland, I think.
Yeah.
And
then the little
Bonnie Lily got another one, right?
Skeletor got one?
Yeah, got one too.
Wow.
None of them.
She never served in the military.
None of them. Yeah. No, these are honorary titles that could go to senior officer
or
a royal family member. So he's giving it to royal family members instead of giving it to a senior officer.
He doesn't know the military.
Well, he should. That's what he should do.
But he should know.
Yeah,
if he's supposed to be king over all of it.
Yeah, but that's what he should do if he wants to gain their public support and gain their support. No, he's giving it to them. So in Trooping of the Colour now, they said, they're not going to be wearing uniforms. Okay, you know darn well that woman is back there counting the number of buttons that's going to be on her uniform. She's going to be buttons here, buttons there, buttons everywhere.
Because she was deprived of her buttons at Christmas. And she only wore 2 buttons. I was surprised.
No, this is something Meghan will never have.
Buttons.
This is something Meghan will never have.
What, buttons?
Buttons on a uniform.
No.
So she is going to outdo Meghan with so many buttons. And oh my God, and she's.
And I hope not that ugly hat that.
She's going to have she's going to have a hat.
Like a
swashbuckler. I don't know. But let's look up what that honorary title is and what that uniform looks like and see. Because there's going to be buttons everywhere. I'm not interested in this Trooping of Colors, but I want to see the uniform. I want to see the uniform. It's going to be funny as shit.
I'm sorry. I had a flashback.
Of Anne.
To the swashbuckling.
Yeah, that hat was kind of weird.
No, but I can only imagine what they're going to put
on her head.
I've been waiting.
But the thing is, it's going to be all uniform. There's no body there to hold it. She might pass.
Can't hold all that weight.
I know. She might pass.
All those buttons, all those medals. That's going to go off her jacket.
They have to pin it to her skin. But no, let's go. It's going to have to be fixed. But anyway, so that's coming up next. And the thing is, he decided his people are starving, right?
Yes.
But he has money. He doesn't want to have a small.
It was supposed to be a trimmed down
monarchy, a trimmed down coronation.
Trimmed down coronation because
it's not going to happen.
With the cost of living crisis,
it's not going to happen.
Have to slim down.
He wants a big coronation.
Oh no! No, I want a big party.
Yes, a big party. And
Wait, hold on.
who's
Am I
going to pay
saying
for
enough
it?
through my teeth? I don't know. It's a big party.
Yeah, you need to
I can't
practice.
do it.
You need to work on it. Yeah. But I want you to go get some sketch pads and start sketching out some possible designs
Ugly.
for for Bonnie's
And
uniform.
Did you see
And
the
I want
article
you to send it to
where
them.
he on the cover of one of these articles about the 2022 failures of 2022?
Oh yes, yes,
And one of them is Chuck.
yeah. This is
In his uniform.
now you know why the Queen didn't want to die. Why she was holding on.
Yeah.
She
I
could
thought
have
she was a vampire. I thought she could have.
She could have held on. She could have held on.
I thought she could.
She could have been alive today if they hadn't.
Because they didn't gave her COVID.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah, we don't know.
They both tested for positive for COVID and then go visit her.
Yeah.
She's 91.
Yeah, they were
Why
trying
go
to
visit
Yeah,
her?
they were trying to put her away a long time ago.
I know.
So it's like,
But this bitch will die. Yes, because she has the best healthcare, motherfuckers. She ain't gonna die.
She is. Not even with COVID.
No!
They put it- But
She made it through the plague. What makes you think she's gonna die? The plague, influenza,
But we have a lot of new
SARS, Ebola,
monkeypox,
bird
RSV. But
RSV.
now we know that we have
measles, mumps,
Right.
polio. She made it through
The
polio,
polio.
y'all.
So
You
we
think
have
she
a-
wasn't gonna make it through?
we have a lot of exciting things coming up
Yes.
on the Sussex side,
Yes, but they gonna find out.
which is the book Spare.
Spare. They about to find out.
And we're being fed with this new documentary on Netflix, which we'll be watching.
Live to lead.
Live to Lead.
Yes.
Yes. And
And they keep just. Oh my god.
but yeah,
Talk
but
about the gifts.
Yes, but
that keeps on giving. Remember how we
Exactly.
would just get a picture?
Exactly.
And that would suffice.
lasts us a whole year.
Yes.
Oh my God, we got a whole plethora. We
I
got
know.
an
I gotta go back.
album.
There's like video. There's snapshots. I gotta go back.
I saw a snapshot. I'm like, where'd they get that from?
Exactly.
It was in the video. Who
Exactly.
got that?
Yes.
So we have to get that. I have to go back and watch again.
Mhm.
And then, I slowed up. But then, not only that, but what we're getting from the Sussex, we're going to have the sideshow.
Exactly.
The comic relief with the trooping of the colors. There's a trooping of the colors. No, with the coronation.
Yes, for his
and
birthday.
then the trooping of colors. Yes.
It's supposed to be in whatever.
Yeah, and they said Harry shouldn't come because it was going to be all about him if Harry and Meghan comes to the coronation. Nobody's going to come to the coronation if Harry and Meghan don't come.
Exactly.
And Harry and Meghan isn't coming because he chose their son's birthday.
Well, you mean for his court? Yes.
It's
I'm gonna
coronation.
choose Archie's birthday.
Yeah,
That's some sick shit.
yeah, very sick. And he hasn't even announced the lineage. You know, he hasn't included.
Oh, he's just doing all this stuff because I'm gonna wait until the book.
Yeah,
Nah, motherfucker.
yeah,
First and foremost, they're both prince and princess.
yes.
Second,
Uh-huh.
if you try to remove any kind of titles,
Yeah,
guess who else's titles can go?
the others.
All of
of them. Yes.
That's why.
That's why he hasn't done that.
Exactly. But we'll be back. We figure we hit you up because this find out phase is the best
Best
phase.
phase.
Right before Christmas. This is the gift
I
that
think-
keeps on giving.
Yeah, I think
Christmas.
you like the buttons part better.
That was hilarious. But no.
But
no,
we are
that's
so
all we
happy
found
for
out.
Harry and Meghan. We love
Yes.
their love story.
Yes.
We love their goofiness.
Look,
we just love them.
Lifetime, Hallmark, all them wishes they could have put together.
A storyline like this. Yeah.
Disney wishes they could pull this
I
storyline
know.
off.
Exactly.
The reverse Cinderella.
Yeah.
She saves him.
They save each other.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. And it's still a fairy tale, like you said. Our
Yes.
story is now it's just starting.
I know. And did they get the clip of them walking out, the cartoon
No.
version? No. Okay.
And their new family, Nacho, Serena.
I know.
I know.
His real brother.
His real brother, Prince of
Her real sister.
Centabali,
And she's back with her niece.
Prince of Lesotho.
Oh, Lesotho? Yes, he got two brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
So for Meghan and Mahali, we say thank you.
M&H.
M&H. Eminem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.